All right, guys, here we go. MSU taking on Duke in this one. A couple of new user players. We got Jabari H. Khan, Sal Q. Joe Murray, Shane Thompson, and am I wrong? Is it Isaiah Thomas?
Yep, that is correct.
Isaiah Thomas. So 2-on-2. This game should be absolutely fun to watch. Another interesting part of this game is a lot of these user players aren't going to be competing against each other. Sal Q. Joe Murr going up against an AI big man. Missed shot there for MSU, pulled down by Marion. Khan has it. Khan bringing it up. He's the point guard here for Duke. Gets it to the corner for Peterson. The top of your screen, number 42. That's Isaiah Thomas. Here comes Khan. What a great move. Khan floating through the air, gets the left-handed layup to go. For MSU, your two user players up top, you got Shane Thompson with the ball right now. And then down low, you got Sal Q, Joe Murr. Early three cashed in there for MSU. This looks like it's going to be a high-scoring game. H. Khan gives it over to Peterson. Peterson driving. Goes up, lays it in, got it. Great move there. Drops it down. I'm going to call number 9 Chug. That's just going to be easier. Chug puts it up, no good. Joe Murr has it, lays it in. Thomas pulls down the rebound. Guys, all of you checking in for game number 2. Make sure to let me know that you're here for the second game as well, so I can differentiate in the chat between who is here on game 2, who is here for game 1, so that I can give you all your points properly. Q, Joe Murr has it up top. He's driving, backing down his opponent, lays it in, got it. He got the friendly roll, hit every part of the rim before falling in. Here comes Duke. Finds right Foreman down low. That's a good lay-in. A lot of quick buckets here. This is exciting basketball to watch.
Oh, yeah, both teams wanting it right off the bat.
Here comes MSU. No threes for Shane yet. Shane loves to shoot threes, especially when guarded by Bean Chef. Shots up and no good. Here comes Isaiah Thomas. For those of you that don't know, Bean and Shane have a vicious rivalry. A deep story from rejection. Q. Joe Murray with an interesting pass, hit Shane down low, but Shane was out of bounds. Tried to keep his feet in there, but couldn't.
Wait, so why do I have a rivalry?
You don't want to know. Here comes Jabari H. Khan.
Probably a good idea.
Point guard for Duke. Drops it down to right Foreman, kicks it back to Thomas. Isaiah Thomas, a very interesting build. I'm curious to see how this guy does offensively. Shots up, and that's no good. Joe Murr has it.
Joe Murr taking it up.
Joe Murr looks like he's smooth with his ball handles so far. There's Chug. Chug waiting for somebody. Gets it over. Madsen for 3. That's no good. Jabari pulls it down. Here comes Khan. Khan kicks it over to right Foreman. Hands it to Peterson. Peterson driving. Guarded by Shane. Puts it up. No good. Great defensive play by Shane Thompson. And then pulled down the rebound. Shane dribbling around. Driving. Puts it up. Blocked by Khan. Jabari using his size to his advantage. And then the layup on the other end is good. Jabari H. Khan looking really good. Thanks, guys, for checking in on the stream. I appreciate all the support. This should be a fun game. After this, I believe, is going to be the game of the night. Well, I mean, I guess it depends. There are 2 game of the nights, in my opinion. Michigan versus MTSU is going to be fantastic. That's going to be the last game. The next game, however, is also going to be fantastic. It's going to be Gonzaga taking on Georgia. Isaiah with a great pass to right Foreman to draws the foul but cannot finish for the and one.
Are you saying that the other two games weren't premier games?
The game that had Brendan Woodson in it was not. Brendan Woodson, probably the worst NCAA player I have ever seen in my life.
Probably going all the way back to Beanship.
I also agree. Whoa! Hold your horses there.
Last game we had a
That hurts.
masterpiece
I'm sorry.
battle in the low post. This one, it's a pretty balanced team on both sides. Here comes Isaiah. Isaiah kicking it out to Peterson. Peterson for three. Rims out. Q. Joe Murr pulls it down. Gets it over to Chug. Chug's struggling so far, but with a name like Chug, you know he's going to figure it out. Gets it over to Thompson, back to Chug.
Some people just have a name for success.
Up to Shane. Shane has to force it up. Almost got it. What a great shot. Doesn't go, though. Here comes Jabari H. Khan. Jabari puts it up. Deep three. That's no good. Joe Murr got the rebound. Both teams exploded on offense to begin the game, and now they're slowing down. And as I say that, MSU sinks a three. Let's talk about last season a little bit. MSU really struggled, even though they had 5 user players. What do you think about this MSU squad? Better or worse?
Well,
Better.
last year's MSU squad definitely had some scoring issues, and that was usually only resolved whenever Victor Lynn was going on his hot streaks. Because he was prone to streaks throughout the season where he looked like an MVP and streaks where he just looked like a very good player. And they relied on him. He was their star go-to player, and I don't think this team has that, so you're going to see some more team basketball, in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't know how anybody can call this MSU squad better than the last one. This MSU squad, anchored by Shane and Joe Murr, I mean, although those are 2 really good pieces that would have helped out last year, you had the MVP of the league on your team last season. So, I don't think there's any
I wonder
way.
what was the problem.
The problem was Kenneth Michael.
Yes.
Agree.
Last season, MSU squad, for those of you guys that don't know, Preston Hunter, Bobby Johnson, Victor Lynn, Kenneth Michael. Those were the 4, and they were atrocious. They had the MVP of the league on their team and still, I think, got bounced in the first round of the tourney.
They did.
Only team worse than MSU last year was Michigan, led by Beanship. The Michigan boys were Jeffrey John, Beanship, Jay Blinko, and Scott Puggleson. Puggleson was so embarrassed of how we played last season that he decided he was going to stay and prove that he wasn't the problem. Bean?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I was pretty bad. I will take that full-heartedly. But I still got drafted better than you, so get out of here, boy.
As Chug with a good drive gets picked up around the rim, misses the shot, got the rebound. He went up with it again and drew the foul. Also, those of you guys that are watching and don't know, a lot of these AI players will wind up being next year's second-round rookies. The way the SBF draft works is in the first round, we draft user players. The second round is loaded with AI players. So, I mean, I can tell you I'm already scouting Nikita Chug. With a name like that, I'd love him to be an A-Town assassin. Khan kicks it out. Peterson for 3. Rims out. Another rebound for Joe Murr. Here he comes. Up to Chug. Chug driving. Gets blocked. Isaiah Thomas rejects it at the rim.
Hustle play there to stop him on the chase down.
Thomas showing that he can play on both ends of the floor. Here comes Jabari. Kicks it back right Foreman. Jabari so far has looked like a masterpiece on offense. Foreman slams it home.
Wow.
That's one of those. That's the type of play that'll get you noticed.
That was some authority.
Absolutely. Joe Murr has been dominating this game in the post so far. But right there, that's a difference-making dunk, and there's a rebound from Wright Foreman as well. Here they come. Here comes Peterson driving, double-teamed. Can't find somebody open. Finally finds Wright Foreman, who gets it back to Isaiah. Kahn and Thomas looking to make something happen. There's the three. No good. Chug pulled it down.
Don't hate that look at all.
Chug has been great on the boards tonight.
As Sal Q. Joe, he just plucked it over Isaiah Thomas and then laid it in. What a great board. You know, watching Sal Q. Joe Murr, I have no idea where they got that name, but it's a fun one.
It's a long one.
Watching this guy play, he reminds me of one of those centers that are big and slow, but just outsmarts his opponents. So far, he just looks like he's always making the right moves. He puts his body in exactly the right spot to make the right decision.
And how quick he was! He didn't give the
Shane
defender
for a
chance to
three,
react.
bang!
Woo!
Shane's first three of his NCAA career. That's exciting. Go ahead and continue.
First of many, but yeah, when you just see those kind of moves too, he's in the right position and he just so quickly tapped it up over the defender to put it back in. Didn't give him a chance to react.
Yep, Shane with the steal. Turn, puts it up. Sal Q. Joe Murr looked for the board but couldn't grab it. Isaiah got the better position on that play.
Shane reminds me of someone.
Who? What, you wish me and Shep would have been?
Oh, that's not true. I think Shane's going to be even worse than Bean.
We'll see. So far, he looks pretty good.
He
Driving.
only made 1 3.
That's more than Bean could say in most games.
That's not true. Alright. I'm done talking about Bean.
It always goes bad when I bring up Beam.
You know, Bean, like, as much as people want to talk bad about Bean, he found himself a really good situation with the Stingrays. So, I mean, I am a little salty that Bean got drafted higher than Jeffrey John, considering I was in Defensive Player of the Year talks for the entire season. Did my best to lead Michigan, despite Bean's shooting troubles. I'm not supposed to score the basketball. I was a playmaking defender. I did my job. Your job was to score, and we lost because we couldn't score. Yeah, you got drafted higher than me. So I'm salty.
Jeffrey John also had the higher shooting percentage, both from 3 and from 2, and was on the same level of all-star team for offense.
I feel like that's not true. Do not take anything he says. I had a higher percentage.
I'm okay going with you having a higher percentage. I don't want to debate that, but that wasn't my role.
Thank you. Well, too bad. What was your role then?
So how'd you still get drafted higher than me when you couldn't play to your role?
Hey, you know, I'm not gonna lie to you. The Tornadoes Jam was gonna draft you with his 11th pick until he got the offer from the Stingrays.
So rather than drafting me, you decided to trade down. You'd rather draft nobody.
Yes.
Thank you. You made me feel better with that one. Peterson spin move. What a great play. That was beautiful. Right there, Shane Thompson showing you what his struggle's going to be this season. Shane is not a good defender. Absolutely got annihilated on that play.
That's what he was.
He just had to stay straight up and down, and he just took him to Funky Town.
Shot's no good. Q. Joe Murr has the tip in, though. I cannot wait to see Collinsworth go one-on-one with some of these other centers in the league. Watching him and Josh Robinson play last game has me excited for the future of the NCAA. Q. Joe Murr versus Collinsworth, I think, is going to be a matchup for the ages.
Oh, that's going to be an exciting one. Premier basketball.
Here comes Jabari H. Khan. He's got to put something up. Good steal there. Chug comes away with it. Here comes Chug. Pushing tempo to Joe Murr for 3. Can he shoot those?
He thinks he can.
I don't know his build well enough.
He can now.
Watson pulls it down. Here comes Thompson. Thompson off to the races. Here he comes. Setting it up. Back to Chug. Giving it to the leader of this team. Nikita Chug. Weird screen set, didn't hit anybody with it. Chug driving, lays it in. That's no good. Thomas pulls it down. Clock is winding down here. You guys should also see these players get a lot better as the season goes on, as players start to apply attribute upgrades and whatnot. Khan going to hold for the last shot. They do want to tie it up, though. Right now they're down by 2. Thomas for 3. And the lead, no good. MSU going into halftime with a 2-point lead. Guys, is anybody in the chat? If anybody's here, you get to decide. Do you want your Bean Shep halftime report or the Charm City halftime report?
Whoa. I'll just say it after.
Yep.
And while we wait for those to come in for a second, I did check the scouting report, and Sal is a fan of his jumper.
Okay.
Who made Shane? Because he looks a lot like Bean Shep in every category.
All right. We have a vote. They want the Bean halftime show. All right, Bean, take it away.
It's Bean.
Alright, well. This is going to be a good one. Alright, so Shane Thompson, right? Reminds me of my player, Bean. I wonder who made him. At somebody. Alright, so. Yeah, the Spartans. They are playing good basketball. So, Joe Q, Sal, and Murr playing. He's a great rebounder. He's putting up the fucking bucket. Shane sucks thingies. You have Duke on the other side. Killing it. I love Duke. Let's go, Duke. I was not biased at all.
All right, well, that was a questionable show. I mean,
that was questionable, but
I don't
fiery.
know. Yeah, that was fiery. I don't know if you're putting on some good advertisement there for your Bean Shep podcast. I feel like the time could be used a little bit better.
Bean Shep Podcast, hit the subscribe button. Got him.
You want to tell the people a little bit about your show before we start the halftime?
Sure. It is about how it's Bean's journey.
Okay, wait. Before, I already know where this is going. Just so there's no confusion, guys, he's about to tell you what his next podcast is going to be about. He's not telling you about the podcast.
No, I'm going to tell you about the podcast. I'm saying it's Bean's.
Chug drills a 3.
That was a good 3.
That was a good 3. Sorry, Bean. Go ahead, take it away.
It is Bean's perception of the SBF and his journey. Like my last podcast was about the logos. You should go check that out. I laughed.
Chug heating up this quarter. Great pass from Shane down to Chug. MSU up now by 5.
Okay, maybe Shane's better than me.
Here comes Jabari. Puts it up. That's no good. Matson pulls it down. Here comes MSU. The Spartans looking to extend the lead. Matson has the double, but they're not able to find Chug in the corner. Screen being set. Sal Q. They go up strong, and they're able to draw the foul on Wright Foreman.
I think if Wright Foreman would have stayed straight up and down, he could have got a block there just because of the size mismatch.
Guys, let's talk about this for a minute. I want to do this. I want both of you, all 3 of us will do this. I'm going to let you guys go first. Who are you picking as early season favorite to win the MVP award for the NCAA? Lion, I'll start with you.
Oh, that is a tough call.
MVP, not the best new guy. MVP, it could be somebody returning, it could be one of the new guys, it could be anybody. It could be Chug.
Alright, I go.
There was every opportunity for Chalk Thunder to become finals MVP with the way he performed in that tournament, but maybe just not that final game. But man, he looked like a superstar caliber player at the end of the tournament, and out of his first game, he doesn't look like he's missed a step. If he gets better throughout the season, it's hard to say anybody else could be the MVP.
Bean, we got 1 vote, Chalk Thunder. Where are you going?
Same place. Chalk Thunder.
Okay, 2 votes.
Alright, I got Chalk.
Are you going to break down why?
You really want me to break that down? He can shoot the ball and he's really clutch. He's clutch. Okay. He has that clutch gene that Bean didn't have.
That's true. All right, so we got 2 votes, Chalk Thunder. This is why I think you guys are wrong. Yes, Chalk Thunder might be the most clutch player in the NCAA. There's no arguing that. He provides his team a spark when they need it the most. I agree. He might be the most valuable player to his team. I don't deny that. But the reason I don't think he'll be the MVP of the league is because the league still has a Kai Williams. Kai Williams.
Can I change my answer?
That's true.
I'll let you change your answer after I finish. Can I finish?
Yes.
Okay.
You
Yes, I'll let
convinced
you
me.
Okay. The league still has a Kai Williams. Kai Williams might not look as clutch as Chalk did. We haven't seen him yet this season, but last year we saw him absolutely take over as a superstar for Georgia. And this year Georgia is loaded with talent, but they all seem like they are a little more oriented in terms of like defensive or passing, playmaking. They don't seem like they're superstar scorers yet. I could be wrong, but I think Kai is going to be the superstar scorer for this team. I suspect he's going to average 30 and 8. 30 points, 8 assists per game. That's my guess. Bean, you want to change your answer?
I do. I would like to change my answer to Josh,
Robinson.
the center. Josh Robinson. Yep, he did it all. He basically helped our team win. I mean, he rebounded. He blocked very well. He scored the ball he scored the ball. Yeah, I feel like he could be the MVP.
That'd be fun. I'd like to see center win the MVP award.
Yeah, that'd be great. And it would be hard to deny Kai Williams the MVP if he put up those sorts of stats.
Yeah, that's my vote. I'm not going to get off this Kai Williams bandwagon until he forces me off. What I saw in last year's tournament, I fell in love with. And you better believe the Assassins are looking for a top draft pick to try to go ahead and grab Kai. To put Kai Williams alongside Levi McNeil would be a dream come true. So that brings me to my second point I'd like to talk about here. We all are GMs for teams in this league. I run the Assassins as Chug gets a tough layup to go.
Ooh.
Chug showed us he can play offense this half. We all run different teams. Bean is the GM for the Tornadoes. Lion, GM for the Talons. Myself, I GM the Assassins. Looking at this year's NCAA class, who would you like to take? Let's just assume everybody commits. Like, they all commit to the draft. We don't know who's going to announce or declare yet. But let's just assume all of them are available. You have the number 1 pick right now. Who are you going with and why?
That's the crazy part, is that I really would love if this was last season's Talons before I decided to kind of change my philosophy. The answer would be, no doubt in my mind, easy, book it, it's Chalk Thunder. Because regardless of if he wins the MVP, his sniper capabilities mixed up with his clutch gene is absolutely something my team would have needed.
Now let me change the question up a little bit. Exclude our MVP favorites.
But I was going to say this year, the Talons' biggest need is absolutely from the center position. And looking at a lot of these big men coming into this league, oh man, it's going to be fun scouting them, because if for some reason the Talons happen upon a top pick, there is a plethora of paint beasts, interior finishers, stretch fives this year. Something that was a little depleted last year, and I think that's why we saw so much value to Steve Carter. On top of him being a very good player, his value kind of skyrocketed because it was also a very weak position.
So who was your pick?
I mean, it would be hard not to say either like a Josh Robinson or maybe... Oh, that's so tough to choose. I'd honestly probably be looking at Sal Q. Joe Murr just because of all of his great positioning and everything he's doing well.
You're putting Joe Murr over Collinsworth right now?
Oh, and Cedric Collinsworth. I don't know how he slipped my mind.
I mean, there's a lot of them. All right, so we're going to go Lions scouting centers. He's leaning towards Robinson as of right now. Bean, what are you leaning towards?
This is biased, but I feel like
your team
Brandon
and your
Woodson
team.
for my team. Brandon Woodson would help tremendously because I mean he can play defense, and that's kind of what I need because I have a bunch of shooters.
This defense for MSU has been amazing this possession.
Yeah. Stifling defense for these guys. And you're not wrong, Brendan. I mean, yeah, Brendan Woodson is your player, so it seems biased, but you're not wrong. The Tornadoes are lacking on defense. You guys traded for Kim Slice in hopes that he would provide that defensive leadership, and he never did. So the way I watched Brendan Woodson play, the way I watched Woodson play that last game, he definitely could lead you guys defensively.
I mean, because I got yeah, got it.
So I'm going to go ahead and go with mine. So my team, we're built around Jay Blinko at the 4, Levi McNeil at the 2. Those are my 2 superstars. We just traded away the toxicity of our team in Kenneth Michaels. We could either go for a playmaking defensive 1, or we could go for a superstar center in. Right now, I really want a ball distributor defending point guard. I want somebody that I can trust to lead my team. And I don't think this guy's going to win many awards. But this is going to surprise you guys. If I had the number 1 pick right now and I had to take somebody, I'm going to go Otis Bush. The way he managed the game for MTSU, I thought was well. They needed somebody to score, and coming out of halftime, he stepped up. And then when Yannick started taking over again, Otis stepped back down. I don't think it's because Otis couldn't step up. I think it's because he didn't want to. He'd rather get his teammates involved, and that excites me. I want somebody who's going to make Levi McNeil better, not somebody who's going to take shots away from Levi. So my number 1 pick right now would be Otis Bush based on my team needs.
I mean, that would bring up the whole philosophy of if you think that there are better players, do you take best available versus team needs at the top of the draft? But I feel like if the Assassins are picking at the top of the draft, it's not because they had a terrible season. It's because they traded for that pick. So I think you absolutely go with team fit.
Yeah. I mean, and the Assassins' biggest problem this season, we're going to see when the Pro League kicks off. I'm interested to see how much we pass the ball. I mean, we have playmakers at every single position, so that could end up being troublesome if we pass too often. But look at Sal Q. Joe Murr just controlling and dominating that paint.
Oh, man. Sal Q. Joe Murr has been absolutely eye-opening this game with everything he's doing right.
And, I mean, Isaiah Thomas is being quiet, but I'm loving this guy. Isaiah Thomas is not demanding the ball in his hands, but if he's given the opportunity, he's usually efficient with it. Here comes Chug driving right at Khan, puts it up. There's another rebound by Q. Joe Murr, and then the three's missed. Guys, we're in the 4th quarter, so let's count this one down. We got 3:30 to go, and it's a 3-point ball game. So far, we've had 2 great games tonight. Isaiah, step back, puts it up. No good. Joe Murr pulls it down. I'd like to see how many rebounds this guy has right now. Batson hits it over to Thompson. Thompson over to Joe Murr, over to Chug. Chug back to Joe Murr. That looked like a shot, but it was actually a pass. Back to Chug, puts it up. There's another rebound by Sal. 3 is up, and that's no good. I mean, this center is making a strong case for putting himself in that conversation.
I would love to know how many rebounds he has.
Absolutely. Isaiah Thomas misses the shot. Kicks it out. Madsen has it. Driving. Spin. Lays it in. That's no good. Wright Foreman pulls it down. 2:30 to go. The game is winding down. This is still anyone's ball game. What started out as an offensive explosion has just completely halted. Foreman lays it in and got it.
Nobody really been able to find their rhythm since that first half, but this defensive performance by both teams, we've seen ferocious defense.
Pick and roll set. Shots up. No good. Joe Murr fighting for it, but couldn't get it. Here comes Peterson. Up to Kahn. Kahn floats it up. That's no good. Both these teams just exchanging misses right now. Thompson forces one up. Bad look there by Shane. Remember, guys, as these players get upgraded, as they become better, scoring should increase. Right now, we're watching a bunch of 75 overall players compete. It's still fun, but that's the reason for the low-scoring game.
Yeah, you've got a bunch of 75 or 75, 76 overall new rookies, and then the AIs are all 70s.
Yeah. Yeah, and this team's got a lot of AI players. As you see, Nikita Chug is leading this team because Shane is a spot-up shooter and Joe Murr is a paint facilitator. So neither of those two dominate the ball, which is allowing Chug to take over. But Chug's a 70 overall AI.
And once you start seeing some of these shooters start getting shooting badges and some more stat attribute increases all around, you're going to see a lot more from these players. Like, you can already tell just from the way that they're attacking with the ball.
That's why
that's going to be their mentality.
That's why I was bummed out that MTSU didn't feed Juan Jose more. I feel like Juan Jose upgraded his player perfectly. He's got badges in the right spots, and I feel Juan could have made a difference late in that game had they gotten him involved.
What's it?
That is true. He was shut down by Woodson. Chug trying to make something happen. Driving. Gets by everybody. Lays it in.
What a move, dude. What a move.
Nikita Chug.
In the second round, I know who I'm taking.
I didn't realize just how many shots Nikita has taken. I know he's been a volume shooter this game, but 6 for 24.
We are down to the final minute of basketball. We've got final upgrades being applied now for Georgia. Bam Allen, if you're in this chat, we located Bam. He is okay. He is on the team. We're ready for some upgrades if you'd like to do that, because that is the next game, Georgia versus Gonzaga.
He was just in the bathroom.
He was just taking a bathroom break. We all need those. Shots up, that's no good. Here comes Joe Murr. 3-point lead for MSU. They're looking to bring it home. Give it to their playmaker up top, Chug. Just pick and roll. Joe Murr has inside position. They didn't find him. Chug lays it in, draws the foul, and one! Chug! Clutch lay-in.
This guy is clutch.
Either way, now you need a 3.
You need a quick 3. Who better to do that for you than Isaiah Thomas? And the foul there, Shane picked it up. We'll go to the line and shoot 2. There's 21 seconds left in this game.
Oh, man. That is a big miss.
Second one is up. He got one. 21
Only 4-point game.
It's the foul game.
Ooh, and they're fouling. But they're fouling a deadly free throw shooter.
Shane sinks the first. Yep, Michigan State did a really good job getting in the right player for the right shots. If I am Duke in this situation, I have no choice but to find Isaiah Thomas in the corner coming off of the screen for a quick 3. That's my only hope. And then on the other side of things, I double up Shane Thompson, force them to get the ball into somebody else. Let's see what they do. Get it into Kahn and let Kahn find Isaiah. Instead, they go straight to Isaiah. Isaiah attacking the rim. Gets blocked! That will be the game. They're going to foul him.
Yep.
Even if he misses both of these, though, that game should be over.
Yeah, that block puts a bow on it.
Oh, that block by Joe Murr. That was a great block by him. Still the game.
Guys, thanks for watching the game. Like I said, we're getting ready. Georgia, Gonzaga. If you're on either of those two teams and you want to put some points in, Get them in now. Andrade, last 3 of the game, no good. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it like I did. Thanks for checking it out. I'll make sure to get you your points.